So the first shading technique that I'm going to show you is just smooth shading. And I'm going to write that down here in the corner. So this is the one that we probably use most regularly in art. I'm just going to make sure that my pencil is nice and sharp. Good. And then we're going to start. So we'd use this if we were shading something that's smooth in appearance, like an apple, or something that's plastic, or a sculpture, something that's hard, or like a surface, like that you would find on a skull, for example, something that's nice and smooth. So I'm just going to start up in the top here, and I'm going to start off with my darker tone. So to get a darker tone, we can layer the pencil and we can press harder. So apply pressure. As you can see, I'm just using small lines at a time, and I'm trying my best to make those lines really nice and neat and parallel, so just running alongside the outline of the shape. I'm ensuring that all the lines are in the same direction and that there is no white gaps between my lines, so it doesn't look like that. All the lines are nice and close together. And as I come down, I want to be reducing my pressure. So what helps me is if I just sort of signpost where I'm going to change my tone. So up here it is going to be nice and dark. It's going to go to that tone there, and then when I'm down here I want it really, really light and barely visible. To make it more comfortable for your hand, you can turn the paper as you're shading. And if I feel like my tone up at this end isn't dark enough, I can just layer back over it and keep working until I've got the tone that I want. It's always easier to put more on than take it off, so it's best not to start too dark anyway. So as I'm coming down, I am gently removing a little bit of pressure. I don't want to do it too rapidly so that it looks like this here, where you can see a definite stop from that dark tone and a start to the medium tone. I want to just keep using different pressures just to get rid of that, so that those tones blend and we have a gradual decline in darkness. So we're not trying to do too much at once, just small shading lines, overlapping the last bit so we have no stop-start lines. And I want to be reducing my pressure more so that when I get to this point here, it is nice and light. So I'm going to start reducing again. Now don't be fooled by if you can see little sort of like dots in your shading, that's not telling you that you're doing it wrong. That is just the grain in the paper, and that is quite difficult to get rid of. It takes a lot of layering if you do want to get rid of that. I wouldn't be bothered by that because that's just the paper. It doesn't mean that you're shading wrong. And as I've got down to the bottom there, my shading is really, really light. I'm not going to shade over the top of my title. I'm just going to go around it. And then while other people are working, if you find that you've finished before them, just go back through your shading and keep layering that pencil just to get rid of any stop starts. And really just focusing on your skill, making sure that everything is nice and neat and that you're showing skill and control in your shading. And there we go.